Hey, this is BlindFox and welcome at my Ration review. Please support the channel, please subscribe and please go donate on patreon.com. So today we've got, we've got our Long Life Pantry, a Ration company. Their rations was packed by Ration Tech. So they designed their own rations. The color difference is actually more pronounced on the camera than it is in real life, but there is a difference. This is a bit of grey, this is more a khaki coloured. Today I've got more natural light available, so the colour difference might not be as green as on the other video, but there is a slight colour difference, but not as much as it shows on the camera. Of course, they have got a whole laundry list of stuff and all the kilojoules. This is 3600. So let's see what we are going to do for lunch. So we've got our ration heater, and this time we've got 3 pads in here. The normal Ration Tech rations we had that they packed for themselves was 2 pads, but these has got 3 pads. And you do have your hot water bag, so you can have a pad for each meal, which is great. Which means you can have hot coffee for breakfast. The others you can add hot, extra water, the bag for the hot water bag thing, much like the American rations and the Canadian. Here we go, we've got our hot water bag. You can add that. We're not going to have a hot drink for this meal because we only have teas and stuff. Gusseted pouch, Ziploc. You pop your water in here, park it in your ration heater. We'll heat it up for you. Here's your ration heating pad. A nice big bag, so the stuff will fit in. There's no problem to fit them in. You just need to do some rearrangement of it a bit. So there we go. And it does tell you exactly how to use this thing. With a nice little description thing and all. We're just not going to read every little thing. Blah, blah, blah. There we go. It tells you add water and that in more than one language. Which is great. I think French, English and something else. We've got our chocolate bar, since this is for lunch and sort of in between. Of course, we do have, another coffee left, and we've got 2 teas. 1 tea we're going to do for dinner. We've got our peanuts. This is really vacuum sealed. You can see there, extraordinarily. I hope this will have a hiss when I open it later. So we've got our 2 snacks. We also have got our tropical drink, 500 ml. This makes half a litre. So you have a whole liter of isotonic drink in this meal, but for me it is too strong, so you can get away with adding more, especially if you've got a separate water bottle with this stuff. Just add more water, a bit more water to this, but this bag will take half a liter quite comfortably. You've got a Ziploc. It's sealed at the moment, but you've got a Ziploc there. Close it. Just do this. Always just round it up a bit and then keep your hand on your Ziploc because they unlock, and you can shake it like that or toss the whole thing in your water bottle and off you go. Now we've got our chicken biryani. There's big pieces of stuff in here. It might be a potato, it might be chicken. We did have chicken biryani in other meals before. As I say, a lot of stuff gets repeated. Here and there they've got new recipes of this stuff or new totally new meals. Some stuff I haven't seen. I've got a ration they are going to send me that hopefully will have interesting stuff in it. But we've got chicken biryani, also a dish that changed over the years from the ration stuff we had. The beginning it was different, these also, but anyway, we've got biryani. It's 300 grams, so it's still a huge portion of food. It might not seem like that, but 300 grams is a lot. If you compare it to the American amount, which is not that much. I think the British also, they also have 300 in their ration stuff. This is a civilian ration, of course, but, well, a lot of interesting components, and they pack for various companies. So anyway, but this is in our ration. So far, very nice ration. Interesting stuff. I don't think we have had this before. So this company has got an interesting mix of ration components so far. And of course we've got our little heating pad there. So I'll go and actually heat this up with the ration heater. Of course I could use the stove since I'm not actually in the middle of nowhere. And for the, I actually have a gas stove now, so heating stuff might be easier. Might still be rations I did when I didn't have a stove after this one, but I'm not going to pop the whole thing on there, but we're just going to use the pad, see how this type of pad work. I haven't had this specific one before. The other ones just was clear packed, so I don't, most likely it's just the same one. It feels like the same type. Let's see, yeah, it's the same type. There's no oh yeah, and on the back it also tells you if you really do not know how to use this. Anyway, but we'll use the ration heater. One day I might actually heat water, I don't know, but anyway, I'm gonna heat this up and I will be back. It will take about 10 to 15 minutes to heat it nicely. For I found that you just have to sort of halfway through just sort of squish the heater if you know, because this is a solid mass, the stuff goes solid. You just have to squash it a bit and not burn yourself, so wear gloves or something just to squash the heating pad a bit flat so that the stuff can react more. And then just sort of knead your little ration pouch. Also, don't remove it from the heater, just knead it through the plastic. But wear gloves when you do this, because this stuff can get somewhat hot anyway. So I'll go and do that and be back. Let's see if I can get the hiss. I heard the hiss, I don't know if you did. This stuff is really, really vacuum sealed. It only got... There we go, we've got our peanuts. And I did hear the hiss, I don't know if it transferred to the camera, but there we go, peanuts. Salty peanuts. Our tropical drink. If it's mixed correctly, it's nice and tart. I mix mine a bit more, add a bit more water in it. It gives it's a bit sweet then, slightly sweet, gives the water a nice sweet taste. But it's a good, nice tart drink for this. And you will need it with your stuff, with your peanuts. This chocolate, just the inner of a sort of an energy bar. No external chocolate, so nothing to melt when it gets hot. Can get squashed a bit, but it's still not really sticky. Taste proteiny. Now we've got our chicken. Biryani, a lot of rice. Nice and yellow. There's big pieces of chicken. Very slight curry smell. Not a very cuminy one. Big chicken pieces. Very soft and creamy rice. Chicken here gives it structure. A slight burn. Same curry as we had last year. Not that biryani that almost cinnamon taste, but nice light curry. Very creamy rice. The rice is so soft, it's almost a creamy, sort of a creamy sauce with the chicken. And you need it because the chicken is real chicken, so it's a bit dry. So overall our lunch, short review for this bit, because I had a little long intro. Peanuts, nice, salty. You got your chocolate, not as chocolatey, but it is the inner of an energy bar, protein bar, nice. You don't have chocolate melting all over the place. And we've got our drink, which is a half a liter if you mix it correctly. More if you want to add more water. Nice tang, not really tropical, isn't a very overwhelming fruit taste of anything. It's just a nice sweet taste, so it's quite good. And this was our lunch menu for the Long Life Pantry menu number 1. So thanks for watching. Please support the channel, please subscribe, please donate on patreon.com, and see you at my next ration review.